Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, and Hawashai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, which is the elect. And, you already have it happening, right? These, election chaos, right? Election fraud, potentially. And something that I was just thinking about, because there's a couple of different areas within America that is already claiming, polling disruptions and malfunctions at the polling station. And here you have a bomb threat, as it says, the Georgia Secretary of State reported that bomb threats at 2 Georgia polling stations were traced to Russia, leading to a 30-minute evacuation of both sides. Okay, now there will be no real, way for this to be verified or not. But, two things I was thinking. The first one is the fact that this, just plays into the narrative and feeds into the mindset that people, already have, that there is, no trust, okay, or a lack of validity in the election process, okay, and whether or not Trump wins or Kamala wins, especially if Kamala wins, the right, the MAGA supporters, they're going to automatically assume that it was because of the election issues. Okay, so it may be that they don't accept the results, right? Trump may come out and say he doesn't accept the results. Again, he was robbed, twice, and that would give way to people feeling like they have to physically do something, to right this wrong that they have encountered two elections in a row. All right, and even when you look at the comments here, it says Russia, right? They misspelled intelligence agency, so they're actually, blaming the federal government for this situation. Okay, another one, it says, I'm not buying it. Whenever they say Russia, it's the Democrats. Okay, it says next they will probably blame it on Trump, right? It says anything to disrupt the vote when it's not going their way. Stay sharp, Georgia. Now, I don't think that's actually Trump, right? But we aren't falling for this propaganda. So the narrative is out there, and the mindset that people have is clear that they're not believing what the government is saying. As far as this is pointing to Russia. Okay, and that can cause what? Insurrection. Okay, that can cause, as the scripture says, them not to regard their kings nor princes. See, so ultimately we got to just wait and watch and see what the spirit that Yahweh Bashim Awashai, puts, right, and what he does. But it's pretty clear that something is going down, right? This isn't a normal election, right? People aren't feeling trustworthy of the actual process. So when you have certain things like this happening, it only just verifies their belief. And if that belief continues to be verified, and then the results actually come out that the Kamala wins, that can spark a mindset in the masses of people on the right to want to do something about that, or take matters into their own hand. Okay, so let's play this.
Threats. That's the only places that we've heard about one bomb threat. Have you heard any other verifiable threats at any point, Leslie?
We've heard some threats that were of Russian origin.
And like I said, it's very easy just to point the finger and say it's from Russian origin, right? Because it's already, the talk or the narrative is already out there that Russia is, the main villain, to America, and they want to disrupt, the election process along with China and Iran. So the government has already been pushing that notion out there. So when you have something like this takes place, it's very easy just to put the blame on Russia. Okay, so that's why they say this. And now you have some people that are going to fall for it, but as we just read the comments, most people aren't falling for it. Most people are believing that no, this is the actual American government is doing this themselves.
I don't know how to describe if that's viable. We don't think they are, but in the interest of public safety, you always check that out. And we'll just continue to be very responsive when we hear about stuff like that. We identified the source, and it was from Russia.
Can you elaborate on that? What kind of threats?
As he said, is a bomb threat.
So Russia, and you're confident of the Russians that did it?
Yeah, just like we had the...
It doesn't even sound believable.
On Monday, October 14th, 420,000, pings, denial of service from Russians. So we added that interface that said, I am a human, I'm not a robot. So they're up to no mischief, it seems, and they don't want us to have a smooth, fair, and accurate election, and anything they can get us to fight among ourselves, they can count that as a victory. So that tells you a little bit about the Russians. They're not our friends. Anyone that thinks they are hasn't been reading the newspapers. Thank you so much.
Try to get the hell out of Dodge to answer any more questions, right? But once again, for us, that's in this truth that has the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai, as the scripture says, least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? His devices, his plans, his schemes. Okay, and this is a part of the schemes. This is a part of the. Actually, let me go to that verse, because I believe the word there in the Greek is either scheme or methodia. But let's pull it up. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us." It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, right? And the thing with the majority of Babylonians they're very, very dumbed down. Okay, if you want to blame it on social media, if you want to blame it on just the comfortabilities of being in Babylon, that careless mindset, right? Whatever you want to blame it on, a lot of people in Babylon, the great America, right? They're just not that sharp. Okay, they don't critically think, right? They don't think outside of the box. They don't see outside of the picture that they're being fed. Okay, they feed and believe the narrative that they're being told. So it's easier for Esau, Edom, right? The elites, which they themselves, they're losing their craft, right? They're losing their sorcery, their witchcraft, but it's easier for them to manipulate the minds of the people, the masses, because the masses are dumbed down. All right, and that goes double for Israel. All right, Sodom's children. So it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." It says, "For we are familiar with his evil schemes." And we, being the hopeful elect, the ones that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we are familiar with his schemes, because he has the same playbook, right? It's the same things that he do over and over and over. So let's see what they got for devices. All right, so this is a different word. It's no'ama, which means a mental perception, the evil thought, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, purposes. Okay, so yeah, so we're not ignorant of the perceptions or the evil purpose that this devil pushes out. So you have that, and then you have so I'm thinking there's another word that I was thinking about for schema or methodia, but that's okay. And you have this here.
Yeah, is that just Cambria?
So
Yeah, is that just Cambria County?
Cambria County.
That we know of, yeah.
Okay.
So
Flash drives
Yeah,
that go to
sure.
the machines
Just
are
make
not
sure.
synced up. And so they're having to get
Oh,
new
okay.
flash drives out to all the machines.
Yeah,
That's what
is
we've
that
been
just
told.
Cambria County?
Cambria County.
That we know of, yeah.
Okay.
So as it says
Flash drives are
Flash drives that
Yeah,
go to
It says widespread voting problems have been reported in two heavily Republican Pennsylvania counties. See that? So now they're having in these having Republic Pennsylvania County, which Pennsylvania is considered a swing state, right, a very important state. In order for whoever's going to win this election, they want to win Pennsylvania. The fact that you having these voting problems in these two Republican counties, right? That's something else that feeds into the mindset that this election may be, manipulated, right, or etc. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening, right? A couple of weeks ago, earlier last week, I believe, you had the ballot boxes that were put on fire in Oregon and Washington. Okay, so you have the bomb threats that's happening in Georgia, right? And then now you have these voting problems. You had also a mechanical issue with the voting booths or the voting um, whatever the machine that the voting machines over in Kentucky, that when somebody tried to press Donald Trump, it automatically went to Kamala. So a lot of these issues and problems, it seems as though it's negatively affecting the Republican Party. And that can once again be done purposely so that it can rile up the right. Okay, and that's why you see over in let's see, I think I might have had, yeah, that's why you see over in Washington, D.C., right? Security fences go up surrounding the White House, the Capitol building, and Kamala Harris, the VP's residence. See, because it could be that they are anticipating, right, creating this problem and anticipating a reaction from the people, mainly the right, all right, the right, they're more armed, okay? They have, more kinetic weapons, right? So they can be anticipating some type of uprising or unrest if the election doesn't go in their favor. And this is why their fences is going up, around these places. Okay, so this came out, I believe, 2 days ago. And pretty much the title says it all, so I don't need to really read the whole article, but I read this first paragraph. It says, new security fencing went up around the White House, U.S. Capitol, and Vice President Harris' residence in Washington, D.C., as authorities prepare for Election Day and the event there may be political unrest in the coming days. See? So, that's just something interesting also, that they're putting up fences and security around the White House and even Kamala Harris's own residence. All right, so we're just going to continue to watch and see what happens. But at the end of the day, we all know what these things point to, and we all know, the council, all right, and the plans of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is ultimately to bring, right, disturbance, to bring his wrath upon Babylon the Great and upon this world, okay, and upon the wicked, all right, because when all hell breaks loose, it is going to be the wicked that gets caught up in it, that gets, snared and trapped within it. But the Lord is going to deliver his elect, the righteous, the ones that have kept the word of his patience. So that's why, for us, we see all these things happening and we're just on the sideline, just watching, right? We're on the sideline just watching and seeing, how the Lord does things. And that's what the Lord wants, right? Stand ye still. Okay. Exodus 14, verse 13 is another one in Psalms. But let me read this in Exodus 14 and 13. It says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which he will show you today. He will show to you today, for the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Okay, so all we got to do is once again is just watch how the Lord works, right? There's another one. Yep. Here in the book of 2 Chronicles 20, verse 17. It says, ye need not, and ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Okay, so yeah, we don't need to fight in this battle. We don't need to go vote. We don't need to go and protest. We don't need to go do anything. right? We already know who our captain is, who our commander in chief is, who our leader is, and that's Yahushua. Okay? It says, so we don't need to fight in this battle. All we have to do is fight the good fight of faith, right? All we have to do is keep staying in the spirit, right? Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It says, set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord Yahweh with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you. Okay, and spiritually, right, the house of David is being raised up, in the spiritually. So we don't need to actually do anything physical in the sense of going out and trying to physically conquer. Okay, hey, through Yahweh we are already more than conquerors. So there's no need to fear what is happening. There's no need to be dismayed, right? Even if the election process goes and nothing, no civil unrest, no uproars, and none of that stuff happens today or tomorrow or within the next week or month, we still don't need to be dismayed, because at the end of the day, the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall stand, and his word, that is going to stand. And these things were written, okay, and they are faithful and true. So we know that as days progress, it's only going to get closer and closer to that point. Okay, so with that, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Keep watch and shalom.